I believe I've got one video left, and even then a portion of it. So I better choose my words well, given the amount of space that I've got on the cell phone device. Let's continue this conversation and hopefully conclude it. How do you know that a nation is falling? When industrially everything of it starts to pack up. And this is because they have turned their face away from God. In the Dark Ages, there was no innovation. It was stagnant for over 1,200 years. Well, we're here now in a country that's got dark agey type situations, and across the world all over the show there's pestilence. Things are going from bad to worse. Employment is like plunging. Corruption is skyrocketing. The economy of the land, we currently have a junk status according to ratings agencies. That happened in 2020. That has never improved because of the COVID-19 pandemic. But then after that whole thing happened, we still continue to go on a downward spiral. South Africa, in terms of its COVID policy, so you can understand, we've stopped wearing masks and life is essentially back to exactly what it used to be. So we should be on the ramp up. We should be okay. Unlike China, that is still in hard knock heavy lockdown mode, and now they're opening borders again, trying to unleash the virus on the rest of the world again. Unlike China, South Africa literally is living like there was never ever any COVID. We don't wear masks outside anymore. We should essentially be back on track again. Instead, we've maintained our rating status because of the power cut crisis. If it is an issue that can come at us Murphy's Law style, it comes. Do you understand? So not only are we still junk according to ratings agencies, we are also now about to be grey listed by the World Economic Forum, whose actions you cannot trust at all, since they're trying to take 30% of farmland from the Dutch. So you can't really trust anything that the WEF is doing or anything at all that your country does because of what the WEF has to counsel them concerning that particular thing. Azithembeki these world bodies zonke zi-diabolical, azithanda uJesu Kreste, so ziphuma kubo kodwa nina niphuma kubo, so because aniphumi kubo nina, you are damned. Your country the way that it used to be so glorious, but if you look on the ground, what happened? What did this to us? Why are our kids being dumped down? Why is our standard of education so low in comparison to the world? Why is even the content of understanding that could be trained in schools so lackluster in Africa? Why am I so much more intelligent or knowledgeable now that I have gotten out of the mainstream South African training system? It is because I am learning the world. I'm finding out stuff from the rest of the world, and I'm therefore discovering that South Africa has literally withheld a whole bunch of information from its universities and from its high schools and primary schools, because it's just kept itself as a scrapsy kind of understanding type country, when we produce the kinds of brains that could consume the kinds of information, and so therefore produce the kind of innovation that dwells in a man like Elon Musk. Because yes, he is South African. I like to flex him. Y'all need to understand that we are in a whole bunch of trouble as a country, and in the absence of doing a whole 180 for God, there's not going to be any solution at all on the ground for man. That is something that has to be, you can just leave it there or open the door. Yeah, they're mine. Yeah. And that is like a whole situation. That is the only way out of this situation. But it's highly unlikely that anybody's going to hear me, because South Africa is not going to listen to me due to another judged land, that is the United States of America, deciding to shadow ban the living daylights out of my YouTube channel, which then we shall go on to speak about ever so briefly. More and more Christians are getting shadow banned and whatever other random strange blockings and bannings that YouTube can do on social media. I recently discovered, and I spoke about him, even though I don't subscribe to much of his content, I do listen to some of it because some of his stuff is good, so we don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. I have to lead with that, so you don't just go blindly follow him. A guy by the name of Isaiah Robin, I told you that on TikTok he was brought down a whole bunch of times. That series that I did about the banning of Christians on all different kinds of social media, and how it is that they are naive, those who ban us, to think that God is going to continue to allow all of the censoring of Christians without that platform being humiliated by God and brought low. Like a disincentivizing of people from loving God is always going to cause God to judge that ecosystem. So YouTube is basically facing a booting. It's facing a loss of its status on the world scale as the most primary video streaming platform. It's going to lose that clout because of how much it's busy persecuting Christians at present, right? That is the current status quo. Now YouTube, this platform that has shadow banned me for no reason at all, and so I can't go anywhere, I can't get any subscribers. I am actively trying to actually migrate out of YouTube, that I might have independence in my website. Okay, it continues to do that to Christians. They shadow banned, not shadow banned, not deplatformed him, but they suspended him, banned him for 2 weeks or a week or something. Isaiah Robin for not even speaking on COVID or vaccinations or anything that they consider taboo. You know how we all are just kind of wary or wary, kind of like scary catty about certain topics as Christians, largely those that have to do with medical information and those that also have to do with large world body information, like things about the United Nations and the WEF. We tend to be very code talky about stuff like that. But when it comes to critiquing celebrities, I assume that we get to do just running amok, okay? Certain content we are careful about. Even speaking on the LGBTQIA with any level of honesty, Christian YouTubers are careful. But one place that we have just been able to speak our minds has been with celebrities and all of the random insanity that they're walking in. Celebrities, when they do strange things, when they comment funny things at the Golden Globe Awards, when they act a fool on stage, when they act a fool in music videos, we come and we critique their music videos, or we critique what they said or what they did with little ramifications, with little consequence as well. YouTube has gone out of its way to do Beyonce a favor. It's gone out of its way to do Beyonce a favor by silencing or banning Isaiah Robin for a week, I believe, because he made a commentary about Beyonce and the fact that she is essentially like, I'm not even going to repeat the things that Isaiah Robin said about Beyonce because I don't want to get the Isaiah Robin treatment because I'm too small. Nobody's going to even know that I was deplatformed for a week. He spoke some things about Beyonce and they removed him. They removed him for a week, and he spoke this out on TikTok of which has historically deplatformed him. They've just severed his accounts and he had to start them from scratch. So we keep on playing musical chairs between these social media platforms that are mainstream just to get our voices heard. So you ban me on Facebook. You ban me on YouTube and I go to TikTok. You ban me on TikTok, I go to Facebook. You ban me on Facebook. That is the life that we are living. And these places, imagine that in the level of trying to thwart and silence, essentially burning Bibles of Christians that they're doing, that God is not going to endure the whole earth through a dark age. They are literally bringing about either the end of the world or the devastation of these countries that are doing this to people. And Facebook and YouTube, and I'm not going to go so much as to accuse Facebook because it has not really hurt me, but there are some people who have been hurt by Facebook. But YouTube is and Instagram, I believe, are American. So too is Facebook. And a whole bunch of people have been deplatformed there that are Christian or that have been banned, silenced, had videos brought down, demonetized, and stuff like that. And TikTok is Chinese. These tech giants think that they're not going to be brought low, but they are smothering and silencing the words of Christians. So here it is that the United States is burning Bibles and it is massacring Christians, the proverbial version of it, the metaphoric version of it. They are hanging Christians to die because they're starving them. They're making sure that they can't make money, they can't eat, they can't say what they want to